Hello everyone, this is Owen Kenobi, and today I'm going to be commentating over my Last Spartan Standing victory. We will look at the stuff I do well, but most importantly, the mistakes I make. Hopefully this will help you improve your own gameplay. So, let's get started. Right off the bat, you can see that I am in a terrible situation. Luckily, I'm able to escape and get my shield back. I was hoping he would push, but another player enters the mix. That is the situation you want to be in. Early on, when all the players are in the game, it's safe to assume that your 1v1 will not be respected. You really want to be the guy that jumps into that fight. This pretty much guarantees you one kill on an already weak opponent, sometimes even two. Do not just camp in one place and hope a fight like this will happen right in front of you, but also don't just engage every Spartan you see. Choose your battles. At the beginning of every game I play on high power, I always make my way to this space if I'm not fortunate enough to spawn there. It has great sightlines, a lot of cover and high ground which you can use to your advantage. From the top of the base you can see everything going on around you. Using the last advice, you can easily pick off opponents who are too busy fighting each other. And here we have the first mistake I make in the game. I lose track of the enemy Spartan and end up turning my back to him. Fortunately, he was just as confused as I was and I was able to pick up the kill. A good start like this is super helpful. You do not want to get left behind when the others move on to better weapons. The beginning does not make or break the game though. I've had games where I did amazing in the beginning only to die too much later on, but also games that I have not started well at all that I ended up winning. The cliff I'm working from now is also a great place to be. You're able to rain down death to Spartans below, but also have some great cover. It's also a bit out of the way, and as you can see the other players do not really notice me. Still, keep in mind your surroundings so you don't get ambushed. I should have been using the Magnum for these encounters, but sticking to the assault rifle worked out great for me this time. Remember, stick to the weapons you're most proficient in. You do not need to upgrade just because you can. My skill with a commando is unpredictable, so I often just stick with the assault rifle and the Magnum until I unlock the bulldog. But now, we have arrived at my first step of the game. I decided to drop down and try to backsmack a Spartan with overshield. When that plan backfires, I try to get away, but I run straight into another player. What I should have done was to stay at the top of the base, waiting for his shield to go down by itself, or for him to lose it to the Spartan that ended up killing me. As I make my way back to the base after spawning, I encountered this Spartan. For some reason he is carrying an overshield, which he did not use. If he had, he would have won that fight. But now, as we're approaching the late game, you will see bonus points starting to show up. They are very high risk, high reward. I took the chance on this one considering the fact that I had overshield equipped, and it worked out great for me. You do have free control of your camera when you're claiming it, so do look around. Infinite's theater mode is quite buggy as you might have noticed, so it messed up the footage here. I did manage to take down 3 other players and finally unlocking the Bulldog and the BR. Equipment drops are also a big help. They are a bit more random now than what they used to be before this update, but they're well worth seeking out if they drop near you. Just make sure that there are no other Spartans around. You do not want to risk your life over a threat sensor. I was quite lucky with this drop, getting both overshield and camo. I make my way back to the base, managing to kill another player carrying an overshield. If you're keeping it for later, do be aware of your surroundings. Taking a few shots in the back, I make my way back up to get a drop on him. He loses his final life to another player, dropping some bonus XP. Here's another tactic you can use. Instead of trying to pick up that XP myself, I wait for the enemy to go for it. Easy kill. I almost end up as an easy kill myself, but luckily I activated the camo before going for it. And here I make another big mistake. I'm unable to kill this player, and instead of pushing, I decide to fall back and try to take him out from a distance. That would have probably worked in the long run, but suddenly the ring starts closing in, and I'm forced to push. Taking too much damage from the barrier, I'm unable to take him out. And yeah, that's theater once again glitching out and not me being stupid. Now, we're down to a 1v1. What you'll notice with this guy is that he goes for the bonus XP when he really shouldn't have. His loadout is a Bulldog and a Commando, and I guess he wanted to unlock that BR. It is a huge risk though, with a circle this small. If you die this late into the game, you might think that the game is lost. One important detail here is that if you spawn in the danger zone, the damage you take from the zone itself is reduced by 75%. You are not in that huge rush you think you're in. there's still time to plan your approach. This lasts until you enter the safe area or deal damage to another player, so don't be too trigger happy. Here he plays a lot more aggressive than I thought he would, and he managed to take me out. I should have kept more distance to not let him get a drop on me or switch to Bulldog. As you can see, I wait until I'm back into the safe zone before I engage him. He is also too busy claiming bonus XP, and I take him completely by surprise. I'm ready for him when he spawns, and he charges me in a straight line with a Bulldog, securing my victory. And with that, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something new today. This is my first time making a video like this, so please do leave me some feedback, and I'll see you in the next one.